up, you guys? I'm Michi69. Welcome to CRUDE Cooking. Welcome, subscribers. Welcome back. Non-subscribers, you want to subscribe so you can be welcome back. Like this. I do it like this. Anyhow, today I'm going to show you guys how to make, by the way, you like this? Couldn't be further for the truth. Anyhow, a really delicious pizza dough. By the way, sorry, I sound like Joan Rivers. I just smoked a carton of Lucky's. My throat, it's, I washed my hands though. But seriously, you guys, one day I was like, we were going to do a pizza, and I was like, you know what, let me just try making a pizza dough, see how it comes out. And it is like so super easy. And I don't even buy pizza anymore. It's just so much easier to make it at home, and it tastes really, really good. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys, give it a shot. It's mad easy. So with that, let's get started making the pizza dough. Our ingredients, you're gonna need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. You will need now 1/4 tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of the granulated sugar, and a packet of active dry yeast. I don't do instant yeast, but if you want to use the instant yeast, whatever. But I'm going to tell you why I don't like it. But yeah, obviously you just add this to your dry ingredients, and we'll discuss that later. Okay, so next. Okay, now we need 1/2 cup of cold water and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Y'all can use whatever kind of oil you want, but I'm going to tell you what, don't get the kind off your body. Then we are going to need another 1/4 cup of warm water, and by warm, I mean somewhere in the 90-degree range. Not past, let's just say 110 degree to activate our yeast. So I do add 1/4 of water into that, and we will show you how I do that right now. Next, we need 1/2 cup of hot water. And by hot, I mean no less than 90 degrees, no more than 110 degrees. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Y'all can use whatever oil you want, but I'm just going to tell you that the olive oil is good. Don't be using the oil off your body. But if you do not have a thermometer to gauge the temperature of your water, I can tell you I put my sink on the highest setting of hot water, and this is what works for me. So let's activate our yeast. We are actually going to put a little bit of that sugar in, about half. That's why we wanted that sugar, because it helps activate our yeast. We want to infect our yeast. Oh my God, that sounds disgusting. Okay, swirly, 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 girly, swirly, swirly, swirly. Now, let's add in our yeast. Ooh, yes, ma'am. And we're going to stir and then just set it to the side as it blooms. Oh, it's going to bloom. And, this way your yeast is working. Me and, instant dry yeast have a hate relationship. I hate using it. This way I know it's all good. So, meanwhile, while this is activating, let's dump our little bit of salt and the rest of the sugar into our dry ingredients. Now, I do have a KitchenAid stand mixer, and I love it, but for some reason, when I am making a doughs, I like using my hands. And I'm going to show you guys another quick, pretty cool trick about doing this. So, let's wait till our yeast gets activated, or whatever it's called, whatever, you know what I mean. Proof, it gets proof. So, once our yeast gets proof, girl, I will see you back in a minute. Okay, guys, it is that time. What I suggest to do is to make sure you get a bowl and coat it with just a little bit of oil so we can have our dough go in there. Bork, bork, bork. So we got that out of the way. And I always keep a little bit of a bowl of flour next to me, because I'm going to show you guys my kneading trick. If you didn't already see it, we're going to see it again. We've already put in all our dry ingredients. Now we're going to go ahead and put in our, look at that darling little thing. Oh, it's so cute. The 2 tablespoons of oil, which is olive oil. And our yeast, look at that. See? You know it's done. There's no playing games. That is ready to go. So let's put in our yeast and water mixture and stir it up until we get a little bit of a dough. Okay, so it was starting to form a little bit of a dough, but then I needed to add the other water. I forgot, we got to add some more water. So I added 1/4 cup, And now I'm going to add about almost I would say about 3/4. So it's almost like a total of we had to have, it's almost of a cup of water actually is what it boils down to. But put it in liberally, because you can always add more water, but adding more flour is just gonna make it too cake like. So like, just do this to feel. Let's do this to feel, and just add a little bit more water or flour, but not too much. Like, you don't need it, you just need to coat the bowl. So let's start fandingling this until it comes to look like a dough. Okay, now we had 1/4 cup of water with the yeast that was warm, and now we need to add the other water, which I already have added 1/4 cup. So this is probably a total of, I would say, almost a cup, because it was almost 3/4 of a cup of water after I put in the 1/4. So, but everybody's different, like their area. So make sure you just kind of feel the dough and see what it's, how's it acting. Does it need a little bit more water? You can always, you want to add the water. You don't want to add more flour if you don't have to. So let's get this into a nice sexy ball. Okay, so our big luscious ball is starting to, make a nice look. And at this point, you will be taking it out of the bowl and kneading it. However, or if you had a stand mixer, you would just allow it to knead it itself. I personally just really like kneading the dough. It's fun for me. And this is how I knead it. I knead it in the bowl. And if I need to add a little bit of flour, I just do that. But I don't see the point in making a mess. You know what I mean? Like, why would you make a mess when it's like right here. You understand what I'm saying? It's right here. So just knead it in the bowl. You don't have to take it out. You really don't. But if that's what you want to do, remember, you could have done this. So let's knead this bad boy for about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, you guys, we are at the 5-minute mark. And look, see, it picked up all of that flour on the side. I barely had to use anything to flour it. No mess. And look at that, huh? Now that is gorgeous dough. Gorgeous dough. Now, take your greased bowl, slap that puppy in there. What? I like to get it all rolled up in the oil. Yeah, take an oil bath. And then we are going to cover this with a towel, or as I like to do, saran wrap. Put my condom on there and put it in a dry place, a warm place. I put it in the microwave, or you can put it in your stove, and we'll come back and punch it down in about an hour. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, like an hour, but whatever. Okay, now is the time we have all been waiting for. Is to reveal the dough. It already kind of fell down a little bit, but this is how you know it's good. That is some good dough. All right, you guys. Now, it is time to take this beautiful dough. You can cut this in half and put them in the refrigerator. It's good to have it overnight, but it can make 2 thin pizzas. But I actually like making a thick crust pizza, and I will show you guys how I make my pizza right now. Though I do have a little trick. I do tell you about that trick. It's the parchment paper trick if you just don't have stuff. But just so you know, the stuff that I will be laying on the bottom of my pan is a little bit of cornmeal. So let's make the pizza! Set it right in the oven. I use a pizza stone, and my oven is silly, but I do anywhere from 350 to 375 for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, bye. Shockers, there she is. And let me tell you guys, it tastes better than it looks. And if someone thinks it looks good, it looks better than it tastes. Wait a minute, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. But yeah, try it. How easy was that? That was easier than my ex-best friend. And I say ex because she was so super easy. Anyhow, you can, like I said, you can store it in the refrigerator for a couple days. But when you're about ready to use it, just put it in the refrigerator, and you can take, what I do is I'll take a pizza round, and I will actually put parchment paper, you can see I've been cutting, on the bottom of it, and then I'll slap the dough in the middle of it, and I'll just push it out. I'll mush it out, and that's like, and you just build up the crust. It's super, super easy. And when you do this, you're like never gonna want to do I mean, like, regular pizza again. Like, my fiance's like, make that pizza, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll make us a fucking pizza. So, anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not new, if you're old, thank you so much for your support. If you're new, please subscribe. That'd be super awesome, because, like, I'm trying to, like, go to Paris on some YouTube money, which, that's a kidding. I sound horrible. Anyhow, please leave any questions or comments or things that you want me to see, try, fail at, whatever. I'll be happy to do them, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. But besides that, all right, thanks. Yeah, you guys rock. Okay, bye.